Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Lou from Lou's Life, and welcome back to another review with Lou. Now, in today's video, I actually finally got around to watching Daniel Radcliffe's movie, Guns Akrimbo, and to say the least, I actually really enjoyed it. I thought it was such a fun little film going along. I didn't really take this very seriously, considering the only other film that I've actually seen him in is Harry Potter, so the fact that I've actually seen him going from waving wands around to waving two guns that have actually stuck to his hands. Like, it's actually something completely different. And now, obviously, he's now got an American accent going on. So, yeah, it was a fun film. But, yeah, what we're going to do is, I'll give you a quick little breakdown of what the film's actually about. And then I'll be going into spoilers. So if you want to know about just a quick little summary of what it is, I'll leave a link in the description for a trailer, but I will just quickly explain it. But basically, he is a keyboard warrior. He doesn't really have the confidence to say how to people, like, who he doesn't like, or if they're treating him bad, he doesn't have the confidence to say it as it is. So he literally hides behind a computer and like has a go at like loads of random people through comments and stuff like that. And one of the things that he goes on is on a website called Schism, and Schism is actually like underground like death match basically. And it's really well like formulated from its live streams. It's really popular. A lot of people really seem to watch it, and then going from that, he then starts like commenting on these people, just saying like it's disgusting, like how could you be watching this, you're horrible people. But then basically the admin of the website sees that who he is, manages to get his IP address, and then track him down to then make him actually be part of Schism. And then he has to have a death match of himself with these two guns attached to his hands. So that is the quick summary of what the film's actually about. It is really fun. The thing about this film is actually surprised me at how good it actually was, in terms of like how funny it was, how like different turns that they do, like instead of just a standard film formula where like there's a girl involved, and does he get the girl and all this other stuff. It's all like it's slightly different from what you would normally see. So yeah, I'm just going to break into the actual spoiler bit now. So if you haven't seen the film yet, go and watch it and then come back to this. If you really actually don't care, then let's just crack on. So Daniel Radcliffe's actual performance as Miles, I actually thought it was really good. Obviously the only thing I would say is that there were certain points of the film that I thought he was actually breaking from his accent, but that doesn't really like do too much for me that I have to go, oh, this is actually awful or anything like that. I just saw past it because the story itself is actually really interesting. I think it was definitely like a role that like it's different altogether compared to like him obviously waving a wand around to now having two guns stuck to his hands. It's definitely interesting to see how like he's portraying it. But then obviously looking into other characters, he is good, but like looking into other characters as well, you do have who else do we have here? Samara Weaving as Nyx. Now I thought she was good. Like she doesn't really say too much throughout the film. She does actually have a bit of a backstory as to why she's actually in Schism herself, but again, like there wasn't really too much of a big story, and there wasn't really enough for me to really get attached to her being traumatized as a child and then being taken away by a Schism. I didn't really feel like there was like that much of a like impact of like when she eventually like started siding with Miles, Daniel Radcliffe's character. But again, it was still just such a fun ride. Like you could, like again, like it's such a standard film formula that you knew roughly where it was going anyway. Like being from like what Miles actually was. Again, he was like just such a scared person who like doesn't like violence or anything like that. He just like he's a gamer. He's a game developer, and yeah, you can see like where they were really going with this. Like probably within like first like 40 minutes of the film. Like so, yeah, that was pretty standard. But then you do have who they were going up against, which was Rictor, played by Ned Dennery. Now, I thought his character was actually pretty. Again, like he was the main big boss, should we say? But it wasn't really, again, like enough of a character development that it was like it pushed me enough to really care and think, oh my god, this is a real bad guy here, because there was so many jokes throughout the film that it worked. I didn't feel like they were over cramming it with a lot of like, oh, there's a joke there, there's a joke here, blah 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 blah. Like it kind of felt like it did work with what they were trying to get through and say in the film. But there was one thing that I will say that the character really stuck out for me was the homeless man. I can't actually think of who he actually is played by. I can't actually seem to find him here. No, can't actually seem to find him. But the actual the character, it was just he was so funny. Like there was a point I was really laughing out loud with some of the things that he was saying. And then I'm glad that he wasn't actually just a one part, like he's there for this one particular scene where he Miles is actually hiding away from Schism, and by doing so he's actually just hiding in a bin. Then he comes out and then he's asking the homeless guy to actually help him dress and maybe have like if he's got any food and all this other stuff. But because then later on, like you do actually see him like help, like actually just watching Schism, because like of the popularity of Miles, he's actually like going through the roof for the views. It started off at like 300,000, it then ended up being like 7 million within a day, so it was really good. Like I say, like there was you do have the love interest, which is Nova, which is played by Natasha Liu Bodzizo, which I think I've probably butchered that name, but never mind. But anyway, the way that they actually work these two together, like towards the end as well, like it was really good to say, like how I mentioned that you think that oh it's gonna be like he gets the girl and blah blah blah, but like he actually goes on to say, look, in a real life story, you think that it would actually be she would be running after him saying like my hero and all this other stuff. That isn't the case, because she's now just witnessed the fact that Miles has like just brutally beat the shit out of this guy, and like there's nothing more to it. Like you've actually just basically thrown him over the fucking building. And yeah, it's kind of like, yeah, you wouldn't, like if you actually saw that in real life, that would obviously take you quite a bit of time to maybe get over, unless you do actually see it as like you had to do everything that it is, which I suppose if I was in that kind of situation, I suppose I would be in thinking, yeah, you done everything to save me, so thank you ever so much. But yeah, it is a real interesting story to say the least. But yeah, the way that they've actually changed a few things to like make it really stand out, it was just really good. Some of the things that I really pointed out though for me was like there was points, I will say, like there was a point where Nix like was even like trying to shoot at the droid really early on, like in Miles's apartment. She gets out, he gets out the fire exit and slides down, and then she gets out and like she literally has like one shot at the droid, and then it just like moves aside. I'm just like, that was pretty quick to do that kind of thing. Really, it would have been hit, but fact is, like 10 minutes later, she gets like a rocket launcher and just blasts it out of the air. So, like, you know, can't, a simple little handgun can't do it, but definitely a rocket launcher most certainly will. But yeah, there was a few other things as well, like that really, like, again, I just see it as it was a fun film. It wasn't like something that was to be taken too seriously. And the other thing as well is that, like, there was a point where Miles was in a car and he was driving through New York. I'm pretty sure that's where it's based. And then Nix is on a bike, and like she gets on top of the bike. There, you can see that it's CGI, like pretty clearly that it is CGI. And he Miles then goes like hits into another car that's actually coming towards him, and he goes through his car, like goes through the car windshield, or like, well, I suppose he's gone through the windshield, but he's gone through it, and then like you don't really see anything from the other car, but you just know from like first point of view that Miles has actually gone through the other guy's windshield as well, and like he gets out of the back seat, and then there's like literally no other cuts or anything on him. Like there's no, like from like the previous scene, it's all like still pretty similar. Like there's literally no damage at all. And then looking at Nyx as well, like she's literally on top of the car on her motorbike that has gone full steam ahead, and she's on the other side of the street. And again, like there's like no damage to her at all whatsoever. But then there's, like I say, there was just so many little things like that like when I first pointed these out, I was like, I'm just like, I'm enjoying the film as it is. I'm not taking it too seriously. It's not going to win an Oscar. It's not going to like be nominated for any film, any award or anything. But hey ho, I still really enjoyed it. So that's that really. Um, any final thoughts on the thing? Yeah, there was actually just one that like he could have, like, throughout all this stuff, like I said, like there was the same way he went up to the police and he like had like his hands in the air with the guns and stuff, and like he was trying to explain it to them and that, so he just ran. But like surely he could have, I know that they said that he was wanted by the police, and like a lot of people started to know him and stuff, but by the point that he got to um like actually being like running away and stuff, like he could have gone to the hospital or could have gone anywhere to get these guns taken off him. Like, and by the point that like Schism got in contact with him to actually say, like, you have 24 hours to kill Nyx, like it's part of the game and this and that and blah blah blah, like he would have had the guns taken off. So there was just again, like it was just a few little things that you just think, why didn't you do this? What, like, why didn't you do that? Like, but again, like I say, not all films are going to be like Shakespeare. But nevertheless, it was still such a really fun film. They didn't really leave it on much of a cliffhanger, but you could still really pull off that they could do a sequel. But whether they do or not, I don't know. Like, I don't actually know how well the film really did over here. But I knew for a fact, like when I first originally saw the trailer, like a year or so ago, like it was a film that I wanted to see. Just never actually got around to actually seeing it myself until now. It's out on Amazon Prime, so it's free. So if you guys are over in the UK, make sure that you check it out. It's not actually a long film either. Actually done it within like an hour and 40, I think it was. So it is actually a quick film, something to watch on a Saturday night or a Friday night, like a weekend movie. Stay indoors and just enjoy a fun little ride. One of the things as well, though, I'm pretty sure the film was actually an 18. I will say, like, there were a few scenes that I thought, or like, not like it was really needed to be an 18. I'm pretty sure it should have been a 15, nevertheless. But yeah, I'm actually going to double check this now. Now I've actually said it, I could be completely wrong. Yes, it actually is a 18. So yeah, there was again, there was a few things on there that I was kind of like not too sure about that. But I'm wondering if actually, because as you guys know, I am a huge Mortal Kombat fan. Right now, in this, there was a little bit of a surprise for me that they actually started doing X-rays in this. Now I'm wondering because like basically Nyx was actually like beating a guy up with a hammer and like disjointing and breaking bones in his body, and like not that you could actually see it, but they done like some CGI where you could actually see inside his body, and like it was breaking his shoulders, his legs, his hip, and all sorts. Like, I'm wondering if that was like one of the reasons why it upped the scale of rating. But again, it wasn't really like too much because again, you can clearly see it was like big old CGI. But nevertheless, I did, again, overall, I did really enjoy it. Now, for an actual scale of how good I would rate this film, I'm not going to go too over the top on a rating, but I'll be fair on all of it. Now, I'm actually going to say that it is like, I don't know, say six, maybe a 6.5, maybe. Now you're thinking, well, I've been saying that it's actually pretty good from an overall high rating throughout this review, but to be fair, there was just so many little things with it. Like looking back at it, if I was being like, again, like saying, is it like for an award or anything like that, is it worth it? Like, is it best performance ever? Could they've got other people to do it? Yeah, of course, I could have done, but am I happy that Daniel Radcliffe is actually in it doing something else rather than flying on a broom? Then yeah, mate, like it's something a little bit different. Let's enjoy it, shall we? So, you know, all in all, yeah, it was a real fun film. I would definitely say like take your time out to actually watch it, especially just alone for the homeless guy scenes. Like again, they were so good. But yeah, overall, I'm gonna say it's a 6.5 out of 10 for me. But would I watch it again? I would watch it once or twice, a couple more times maybe. Like get the guys around, watch it some with the boys, some of the girls, and then yeah, just give it a good old little watch. But anyway, guys, that's my overall review. If you've watched Guns Akrimbo yourself, what are your thoughts? Did you like the film? Did you not? Was there anything that I said that you disagree with or you do agree with? Is there anything that I've missed out that you would like to point out yourself? Leave a comment down below. And just before I let you go, I am actually doing a giveaway for the 1,000 subscriber mark on my YouTube channel. This is for the Mortal Kombat Blood and Thunder issue 1 comic done by Malibu in the early 90s. If it is something that you are interested in, all you have to do is simply subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications bell, and then go over to my giveaway video and comment the word done, because once we get to the 1,000 subscriber mark, we'll just be doing a random comment select to select the winner. So I wish you the best of luck, guys. Mate, if you love this review, then I will catch you for the next one. Peace.